Hey Moon Magic Super Souls, in today's readings we are asking what great blessing is being brought to you by the full moon in Aquarius. These are largely Archangel readings. We are going to be drawing Archangel cards mostly, with a few others as well. Beautiful souls, this is the Moon Magic Tarot channel. Welcome to anyone who is already a part of this beautiful community that we're building here, and welcome to anyone new. So we have three gorgeous little angels to help to guide us in. I'll show you what they are in just a moment, but first of all let's draw three cards as well, just to assist you in finding the right reading for you. And of course it's possible that more than one may speak to you. This can happen sometimes. Trust your intuition and just follow that one through. So I'm seeing this for pile one. I'm seeing this card for pile two, and actually I'm going to take this for pile three as well. So pile one, you have divine will, let go of fear. Very powerful. Divine will, let go of fear. This is also the card number 12. If that number is important for you guys, it could well be significant for you. And the angel that is actually coming in with that reading is actually the lapis lazuli angel. You see this? Okay, I'm just going to place it there. Pile two, you have hidden realms. This is card number 20. And it is create conscious awareness. This is your card. And the angel for this reading is the little Jasper angel. This is what this little angel looks like. And for pile three, we have soul fragments. This is a card number 33. And it says balance will be restored. Soul fragments, balance will be restored. That's card 33. And the angel is a little jade angel. This is, you see that? Yeah. That's the angel for this little reading. Okay. Now, I usually, when I am at this stage, draw a rune, but my beautiful souls, I'm actually just going to leave it purely with the angels today, and then we will draw runes for every single reading when we are in the readings themselves. Trust your intuition, my beautiful souls, and I will see you in the readings. I'll put the timestamps in the description box below and also in a pinned comment, so phone users can find them easily as well. And yeah, just sit with this. If you're unsure, you may already know really quickly, but if you're unsure, sit with it a little bit longer. I'll leave the video running a little bit longer. For anyone new to the channel, my background is in actually psychotherapy and counselling. So you'll find that my readings often have a bit of an undertone of that kind of greater sort of psychological and emotional depth, just to give you the heads up of what you might expect in all of these readings. And we are asking today, what great blessing is the full moon in Aquarius bringing you? Beautiful souls, I will see you in the readings in just a moment. Hello pile one, welcome to your reading. What great blessing is this full moon bringing you? I feel like there's going to be a real shift or an opening of the pathways. The curious thing is, it's almost as if you initiate it. That's what I feel like. It's as if you give up resistance. There's something in the energy of this full moon. Maybe something will be revealed to you. A truth may be told. Lapis lazuli does speak of speaking your truth. Something may well be revealed to you that means that you are able to step through or step out of your own way. That's what I want to say. Like you get out of your own way suddenly and with great effectiveness. Not sure why or what that is about, this energy. Let's just ask for more information for pile 1. What great blessing is the energy of the full moon bringing my beautiful pile 1s? Okay, I'm going to have 4 from this pack. This is an Archangel Power Tarot pack. Let's have a look and see. I'm going to draw a Moonology card as well, just to see what we are shown. May we have information for pile 1. Okay, and some angel answers, I think. There is your card. I feel more from this pack. I'm going to go with that one. Okay, we'll leave it at that for the moment. We can draw more if we need to, and indeed we may well. So first of all, a time to give rather than to take. This is new moon in Virgo. Okay, very interesting energy around you. Now am I going to get these in? Bear with me, my beautiful souls, while I zoom the camera out slightly. There, hopefully we have a little bit more room. We have the card of take action, and we also have the card of romance. Okay. Then we have, we have 10 of Raphael. Look at this romantic relationship taking place here. We have the Page of Gabriel, energetic, brave, optimistic, playful. Follow your passion. You are ready for any challenge. Opportunities for excitement and adventure. You then have 4 of Raphael. Seek out other possibilities. Look for the magic in life. Be aware of your own emotions. And the Ace of Michael. A wonderful new idea. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. Clear up communication problems with others. Okay. I am actually going to draw another card. Just right here and right now. I'm going to draw an Archangel card. Another Archangel pack. Yes. Archangel Jewels. Align with the highest. Go with the flow. Now this is completely in alignment with the card of divine will. Let go of fear. Right. Okay, with the card of Virgo, I think you are very, very, very focused on work at the moment, my beautiful pile 1, to the expense of potentially your relationships, your love life. I just feel like with this new moon in Virgo, maybe some of you are working on a project or something that feels very new to you, or it's very dynamic. But I feel with the take action card, which is looking in this direction, looking back to here, and then romance here sitting under the 10 of Raphael, I kind of feel like I think you're so busy trying to make something happen from a work and a career perspective. You're so full on that, interestingly enough, you're so trying to make it happen that somehow relationships are not flourishing, or they're not happening as quickly as you would like. You're being asked to be playful, optimistic. Yes, take action, but sort of go with the flow. Trust. Yes, look for the magic in life. Trust that you will achieve what you're trying to achieve whilst having a life that's balanced. You don't have to be all work and no play. I really do feel that this is there's something quite driven around you. You're really set on achieving something. And actually, I think this will be achieved more quickly through you being balanced and allowing yourself to go with the flow, allowing the universe to guide you. Now this card does actually come with an affirmation. I'm actually just going to look it up, and also an archangel is associated with these cards too. let me just look, because I must say, I don't actually recall the Archangel's name for this particular card. Here we go, Divine Will. So angel assistance, it's a guardian angel, not an archangel, but angel assistance is guardian angel Hasdiel, generosity, tolerance, community projects. And the affirmation is, I let go of control and I surrender to divine synchronicity. I think what is happening with the energy of the full moon in Aquarius, this great blessing, I think something is going to come into your world that places an acknowledgement of validation on the importance of relationships. For example, I'm going to give you a few examples, but to be fair, we would need to draw more cards to confirm these, and maybe we should, but it's a general reading. But I mean, for example, if you are single, then maybe you meet someone and you're sitting in that, oh, I really ought to work, or, well, actually, no. Surrender to divine will. Something you are very, very focused on will, interestingly, come into form more quickly. It's a brilliant idea, a wonderful new idea. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. Clear up communication problems with others. If you're in a relationship but it's all work and no play, it may be that your partner or your immediate family is feeling a bit neglected, not as if they're not really in the picture, because it's work, work, work at the moment. Yes, follow your passion. There's major, major opportunities around you. I think you are right in the energy that you feel about the thing that you're trying to make happen. However, I really, really wish to say that somehow this is one of those situations when you could almost create bumps in the road by trying too hard. I think the full moon in Aquarius is bringing an energy shift for you that will highlight the importance of love, of relationships, of family, of home, and kind of almost potentially create a scenario whereby you have an opportunity. Now, we always have conscious free will and choice, but you have an opportunity to bring things back into balance in this way, to go with the flow, to trust that you'll be seeing what you need to see. And if you remove your fear that if you're not on the ball all the time, it won't work, if you remove that fear, it's going to flow. And you will be able to take action. I do see you as taking action. I see you as working very hard. But if you're working so hard that you remove the magic of life, then actually the resonance, your energy, your own resonance, your own vibration gets lower because you're out of balance. You're just out of balance, and that causes everything to kind of slow down and get out of sync. I think we should draw some more cards. I'm going to use a tarot pack, a traditional tarot pack. This is actually the Universal Celtic tarot pack. I always do put the names of the cards in the description below. I am seeing these two actually, the one at the bottom. I think it is just those three actually, beautiful souls. Okay, so we have Temperance, yes. This is bringing everything back into balance. We have the High Priestess. Look at all the runes. Look how the runes are lit up on her cloak here. Absolutely amazing. You're going to be guided. The way will be shown. The project that you're working on, the way will be shown. And then we have the Five of Swords. Now, I am actually going to draw some runes right now before we say any more about these cards. There's just two coming out for you. We have the Rune of Defense and we have the Rune of Harvest. Now, that does not surprise me in the slightest. Now, the Five of Swords can indicate sometimes either a battle or a difficult decision or the acceptance of a situation. What I feel in this position in your card is really It's about not doing battle with yourself anymore over the pressure to have to achieve something. You don't need to do battle. Truly, you're going to be guided. The way will be shown. This is one of those scenarios where the more you trust the divine, let go of fear and trust that there is a bigger picture, and you are going to be guided with the High Priestess in such a central position. Sitting here with the Page of Gabriel and also with the Ace of Michael. I mean, follow your passion. You're ready for any challenge. Opportunities are here. A wonderful new idea. Don't let bumps in the road hinder your progress. Everything is actually going to flow. It really is. Everything is down to you trusting the divine and being in balance. Truly, this full moon in Aquarius, it may well bring something into your world that creates a scenario, maybe where someone needs something from you. And it could be your love life calling, your love life needs you. It could be a family member, someone needs you, a relationship, a partner, someone needs you. But actually the purpose of this is that you are going to bring your life and your energy back into balance. Don't be fearful that this is not going to work. It will work. Everything is going to be completely fine. With the rune of harvest, I mean, this says this is a fruit-bearing rune, that there will be a harvest. Everything will come in its own time. There is divine timing at work here. This is a rune that really does speak of divine timing, of cycles. And with the rune of defense, this is a rune, it's very interesting. It speaks of having patience and kind of perseverance, patience, being conscious. And by conscious, I don't mean deciding what you're going to do and sticking to it. I mean conscious as in being able to be flexible and responsive if there appears to be an obstacle in your path. Through consciousness, you recognize that there's purpose to it. It's bringing you a gift of some sort or another. I think this full moon in Aquarius is going to right your energy. And it could come in clearly many different shapes and forms, because this is a general reading. But actually, however it happens, I think your fear that the project, the work scenario that you really, really want to bring forth, and your fear that that won't happen is actually unfounded. It really isn't. There's no need to be concerned about it. Everything is going to flow into being. The High Priestess energy. I mean, look at the runes lighting up. And with this full moon, of course, here we have it. Align with the highest. Go with the flow. There is this full moon illuminating the way. Something will be shown to you around the time of this full moon, I believe, or certainly the energy of this full moon. In native traditions, this is the moon, she who loves all things. Of course, yes. I had not held that in mind at the beginning of this reading, but actually, my beautiful souls, she who loves all things, the energy, the story of her is actually of her going through quite a lot of turmoil, in many ways doing battle within herself, and then coming back into alignment, coming back into a space of love, refinding love, and yeah, things falling into place. I'm not going to go into it too much, but really I think this is absolutely going to be a time when you need not be afraid that if one thing comes in and your time and energy are needed by love, by relationships, by family, by connections, your project or your work will not suffer. If anything, ironically, being in balance, because temperance is all about balance, being in balance will actually assist you so beautifully. I mean, really, truly beautifully. And lapis lazuli is a gorgeous stone, actually said to reduce blood pressure. Some people say that it will do that if you carry it with you. But my own understanding, it brings you wisdom, it heightens your psychic abilities, gives you confidence, and enables you to speak and see the truth. My beautiful pile 1, you are being guided. Whatever you are working on, it will come to its harvest. And ironically enough, it will come to its harvest more quickly by you doing less rather than more. Yes, there will still be work to do. Yes, there will be actions to take. But you're going to spend far less time if you are balanced, because actually when you then come to it, you'll be guided and your energy and time will be focused, and it will look like this, you know, this literally receiving that guidance from spirit, from the divine. Pile 1, I am loving your reading. The energy is very powerful, and of course with the Aquarian energy, it's such a powerful time of the higher purpose, the higher good, helping us to see our calling, our purpose, and also how to fulfill that in real terms, real human terms, in ways that are balanced. Pile 1, I love your reading. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you so much, all of you who give back to the channel and give back through the super thanks in the comments, and all of you who do comment, all of you who subscribe. Just thank you so much. This is really very much in line with the tutorial that I put onto Patreon to do with vision boards. I did post it here for 48 hours over the weekend, so some of you will have seen that. Really interesting times where there's so much astrologically happening that can help us actually to achieve our goals, but in a far more balanced and generous way, actually. And by generous, I mean having more time to give, and therefore also being able to receive more too. There's definitely a message coming through here with this giving and taking, being generous enough to give, or having more generosity to give, and therefore able to then receive more generosity in return. Powerful times, my beautiful pile 1. I'm loving your reading. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and all the things that we all love you to do to help us to maintain our channels here. Beautiful souls, thank you for being here. Tons of love, and I look forward to seeing you in some new readings or other readings really soon. I do tend to post several times a week, along with some shorts and a variety of different stuff. Tons of love to you. Hey pile 2, welcome to your reading. You have hidden realms, create conscious awareness. This is very interesting because Jasper, this beautiful little angel, Jasper is an energy that brings sereneness and serenity and a sense of wholeness at particularly stressful times. And this is about connecting to the divine. It's about shamanism and being able to find wholeness if you are feeling fragmented. So I am wondering if this full moon, my beautiful souls, is actually going to give you a sense of wholeness, a sense of healing in some way, bringing you some sort of peace of mind at a time that maybe is quite stressful for you. But let us draw more cards and ask, what are we shown for my beautiful pile 2, please? What are we shown for my beautiful pile 2? I'll take those 2. I am going to draw some more cards as well. We will draw another Archangel card. I'm actually seeing this one on the top for you. A Moonology card as well. And some angel answers. May we please have information for these 2, I think. My beautiful pile 2, what's happening for you guys? So we have, it's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. There is definitely an energy of tension, of stress around you. I'm not saying that there isn't a genuine reason for it, but let's have a look. What else do we have? Listen to your intuition. Big happy changes. Yeah, this is the shift. I think this full moon is maybe bringing a shift in that energy for you. We have Archangel Charity. Give with an open heart and be generous. Okay, and we have 4 of Ariel. When you give, you also receive. being resistant to change, extremes in how you save or spend money. King of Gabriel, generous, inspirational, dramatic driven, keep your eyes on the big picture, leave the details to others, experience that leads to success, genuine concern for others. Epiphany, Archangel Raziel, joy through spiritual growth, be a light to others, answers that come through meditation. And then 10 of Ariel, there is so much to be grateful for, financial success and the promise of retirement, a rich and rewarding family life. Okay. I'm going to want to draw more cards for you, my beautiful pile 2, and runes as well. What I feel like is, listen to your intuition, big happy changes. I think you have been really quite stretched. Stressed and stretched, perhaps stressed over money. Stressed, stretched, uncertainty, that's what's coming through here. I feel like you've been living with uncertainty and it's left its mark. So I said at the beginning, right at the beginning, sometimes things are drawn into my readings from my therapy practice, and I have noticed that when people are in stressful circumstances over a long period of time, I don't mean just a big immediate stress. I mean stress where it never ever, it doesn't go back down again. It's like there's a volume control. And I call this the trauma of normality. Now, I'm not suggesting that some of you haven't in any way had any kind of trauma, because I think maybe some of you have. But what I'm feeling in this reading is more to do with the way that if you are living with an ongoing level of stress and uncertainty, the volume control of your anxiety gets turned up, but it never goes back down again. And then when something else comes along, it turns up another notch and up another notch and up another notch, to the point where your perspectives, your viewpoint of the world actually gets more and more loaded with fear and negativity and anxiety. And it means that sometimes we even relate to something in the here and now that isn't actually so bad as being very, very, very bad. More because we just kind of can't deal with it, with the volume control constantly being turned up, which is why I call it the trauma of normality, because it's like stuff happens, shit happens, you know, and life is hard sometimes. Big stuff can really happen to us, and that is so, so difficult. But sometimes there is a level of trauma, which is why I call it the trauma of normality. There's a level of trauma that comes to us because lots and lots of ongoing things never get really sorted. The volume control is basically never turned down. And we reach a point of high level emotional trauma, or the impact of emotional trauma, because it's just gone on and on and on and on. And I feel for you guys, that's the flavour here. And when we're in that zone, it's actually really quite hard to feel okay about anything we've got, because it all feels like it could be taken away tomorrow. Everything's so uncertain. Now, what this reading is saying here is that there's a real need to turn down that volume. And I think, interestingly enough, this full moon may activate that. With the Scorpio energy, Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. It's about death and rebirth. I think there could be an opportunity here for you. The full moon bringing the energy of opportunity, so that somehow this situation gets, or the situation of ongoing trauma gets turned around. The volume control can be turned back down again. Something's turned on its head. There's so much going on here to do with giving and receiving. Give with an open heart. Be generous. When you give, you also receive. Be a light to others. So much to be grateful for. Could be a windfall. It could be something coming your way. Something coming your way. Let us draw some more cards. What is this about? Maybe we have some more information about what the full moon is actually going to bring. What's the energy of the full moon bringing? I'm seeing a turnaround of the energy. I'm seeing an opportunity to turn down that trauma of normality level of stress that's around you. But what is it bringing? How's it arriving? So Page of Wands, like a bolt from the blue. Look at the rune symbols on these rocks. Bolt from the blue, Page of Wands. It's very interesting, even though this is the Page of Wands, it's got a very earthy feel to it. And these are round, look like round barrows with entrances here behind him. Can you see these here? Barrows are also places of transformation, rebirth. They were places, some of them were burial mounds, others were journeying chambers, which is interesting. You have hidden realms, create conscious awareness. The shamanic energy of this card is very powerful. Joy through spiritual growth here. Be a light to others. Six of Swords. We have this boat here. And the Page of Pentacles. Page of Wands and Page of Pentacles. I think something is coming in, or an opportunity now. It's going to guide you. It's going to give you a clarity. You're going to be able to move forwards in some way, shape or form. Now it could be some kind of a windfall or an opportunity. It does feel like a bolt from the blue. Could be a windfall, because as that energy comes in, and it means you then feel like you feel you can move forwards. I feel like you haven't felt as if you could feel confident in moving forwards for quite some time. Experience that leads to success. Let's draw some runes as well. Yes, Othilla is the rune of separation and Rado is the rune of journey. Now Rado, it can indicate a real journey, as can the Six of Swords actually. But more often than not, this is about a journey within, where we remove obstacles from within. It's like turning the volume down. I actually think you might become aware of a circumstance or a situation around you that makes you aware of what you have. It's one of those scenarios where, like meeting somebody who really is so envious of what you have, even though you were in a place where you were feeling very stuck. And bizarrely, seeing how much they admire your position means that you suddenly value what you have more, and that opens the gateways for you to then move towards the thing that you're wanting. It's a really interesting energy. There is a shift. It's like you outgrow something with Othilla. This is both a rune of letting go and also gain. It's like a rune of inheritance. We gain something because we let go of something. We release something. It could be an attitude with the rune of Rado. Rebirthing, transformation in these round barrows, in these barrows, where we move with the shamanic energy from one perspective, one way of seeing things to another. We find wholeness. Oh, excuse me. We find wholeness through conscious awareness. My throat went so dry then, just suddenly. How interesting. I listen to all these things that happen within a reading. I said earlier about the trauma of normality. I think for some of you that was triggered. Primarily, I do actually think for some of you there was a big event, and it may have been a loss, a death even. And subsequently, it's as if one thing after another has exacerbated that position of trauma, because losing someone we're close to is traumatic, actually. It really is. For others, it is a system of one thing after another over a very long period of time. But I think for some of you, it's very specifically started with the loss of someone or a circumstance. Certainly left you not on solid ground in terms of your trust in, or sort of anything, trust in the universe. Those circumstances that leave you really wondering if you can really trust anything. And then on that basis, every little thing that then doesn't run smoothly sort of compounds that perspective. I am really, really, really sorry that you've been through such a lot, because you actually really have. It's so, so clear. Jasper, bringing serenity and wholeness in times of stress. What I feel is a blessing. I need to just say I really, really do feel how hard this has been for you, and I just want to give you the biggest virtual energetic hug in the entire universe. What is gorgeous here with this full moon energy in Aquarius, the great blessing that is coming to you, is actually something that will shift that energy. Something that will shift that perspective, something that will unquestionably leave you thinking, wow, actually, I can relax. I can trust the universe. I can believe, like a bolt out of the blue, something that lifts your energy, almost makes you be able to be playful again, to come out of your, I almost want to say your cave, but this person looks like they're standing in the doorway of a barrow again. They're usually lower than this in reality, but nevertheless. Coming out of mourning, coming out of a period of darkness, coming out of a period of great stress and great uncertainty. I think this full moon is a herald of something coming to you, my beautiful pile twos, that will turn that volume down, give you undeniable belief in the future is now turning around and things will be different. Now, I don't know what that actually is in a very specific way, because it's a general reading, but we're being given a lot of information here, big happy changes. The Six of Swords, we're seeing you being able to finally look forward, to let go of this period of constant stress and difficulty. Moving away from the shadows, feeling as if you are becoming whole again. These cards have an angel associated with them, and also an affirmation. I'm going to find it. I did it in reading 1, so I'm going to do it for you guys too. Where are we? 20, here we go. Right, so the guardian angel is Celia, psychic and spiritual awakening transformation. The affirmation, I am a clear and successful mediator of conscious divine communication. How interesting. Something is coming to you. It could be with the Page of Pentacles, and it will be a bolt out of the blue. It could be a real opportunity, some sort of form of financial success, something of real benefit that makes you think, wow, you know, I can relax. It could actually be in the form of literally just guidance that shows you the way. a dream and you suddenly think, wow, that's the way forward. There's something coming to you that, listen to your intuition. Something that creates this shift, this space of you feeling, gosh, I want to say okay for the first time in ages. That's what it feels like, beautiful souls, for the first time in ages. I am actually going to draw just a couple more cards for you, my beautiful pile 2. There is your first Ace of Cups. And there is your second 8 of Wands, right. Something is coming into your world now that will allow you to move forwards. The 8 of Wands is a card of direction, of energy. Ace of Cups, it's joy, it's love, it's a return to love. Look at the runes lit up on these wands here. And such protective creatures. You have the wild boar here, you have horses. Horses are about power. We measure engines in horsepower. You have a wolf, protective creature. You have a fox. Foxes are adaptable, incredibly adaptable. You have the wild boar, who is about courage. Something's coming in that's going to give you the strength to move from your position. It will be the strength, the resources, the energy, the motivation, the clarity of direction. Something is coming in, some nugget of wonderfulness. Again, look at all the runes flying into this beautiful pot, this Ace of Cups. This is a new beginning. This full moon in Aquarius is bringing you a new beginning at a time when I feel like you really, really need it. I'm not being given enough information to give specifics, but that's because it's a general reading. But it is literally so transformative for you. It shows you the way. It gives you the energy to move forwards, or the resources to move forwards. You can take those steps out of the labyrinth. Can you see she is in a labyrinth here? She's now walking out of it. She's been tangled and now she's walking out of it. He has been in this cave, in this barrow, this space of processing stuff. And now he comes out of the cave with the energy, the vitality, the magic coming back into your life. I think this full moon is bringing you something that will bring the magic back into your life, however that is for you. And I think there will be so much for you to be grateful for. And because of that space of gratitude, you will be able to generously share, which is interesting, having gone from a place where I think physically, emotionally, maybe even financially, you have been sitting in a place where it just feels like it's lack, it's exhaustion. This is the shift that is now turning things around to the point where you can sit in gratitude and with an open, generous heart. My beautiful pile 2, do keep us posted, please. Fill us in. Let us know in the comments as the month progresses. These are full moon readings. We have a month for this energy to process, to happen, to manifest. Beautiful pile 2. I truly am sending you the biggest virtual hug in the entire universe that I can possibly generate. And I am so sorry that whatever has gone on has happened, because I really feel that sense of such difficulty over time for you. But this is really suggesting this is coming to an end, big happy changes, and this energy of this full moon is bringing you what you need. One of those, the right thing at the right time. Beautiful pile 2, thank you so much for being here, for joining me for these readings. I do post several pick a card readings every week, and always on a Sunday with immediate guidance, and we look at the week ahead. I do short readings and various others as well. Thank you for checking out the channel if you are new. Thank you all of you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Beautiful souls, it is a joy to read for you, and a privilege and an honour. Tons of love to you, and I look forward to seeing you for some new readings soon. Hey pile 3, welcome to your reading. You have the card 33, soul fragments, balance will be restored. And jade is also a stone that is said to bring balance and good luck, actually. It eliminates fear. Very interesting, because soul fragmentation often comes due to trauma and fear. So what blessing is this full moon in Aquarius bringing you? May we please ask, what blessing is the full moon in Aquarius bringing for my beautiful pile 3? May we have information for my beautiful pile 3. I'm seeing this one. Actually, the one at the base is really feeling very vibrant there. Let's draw a Moonology card as well. I think you're having 2 here. Okay, well, that is fine. May we have, I think, as well, this one for you, and an Archangel card as well. Another Archangel card for you. Okay, let's have a look and see what we are shown here for you. So we have the Chariot, Archangel Metatron. We have Queen of Michael, brilliant, self-reliant, insightful, humorous. You know exactly what to do. The benefit of experience, a time for your career rather than relationships. We have 6 of Ariel. Material needs get fulfilled in magical and unexpected ways. Acts of kindness, giving or receiving with a grateful heart. And the 8 of Ariel, take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Consider setting or getting, rather, my apologies, additional education or training. We have adjustments are required and nothing will come of this situation. This is void of course moon and the 3rd quarter. We then have no need to worry. Okay, and then we have Archangel Christiel, connect with unicorns, remember the white ascension flame. And what do we have pulling your chariot but 2 unicorns? Can you see those? One black, one white. Okay. Pile 3, there's some sort of division around you. Some kind of a division. It's not actually black and white is what I want to say, but I think it feels like it. You're needing to actually take an action here. So I think the full moon is going to shift a situation that is causing you to feel either out of balance or like you're pressured to make a decision. There's actually no need to worry. We are getting a big affirmation here. Something's moving forwards. You're being given a gift. I'm going to draw some more runes. I say some more runes, some runes before I say any more. Right, you have the rune of Othilla, separation, and the rune of partnership. And you have the rune of Rado, journey. How interesting that some of these runes came out in one of the other piles, both the Othilla and Rado. So if you were drawn to more than one of these readings, that may be, quite significant for you. Okay. I feel something in your career, work, purpose, calling is significantly about to move forwards with the energy of this full moon in Aquarius. Maybe it's something you've been debating, do you, don't you? Seeing it maybe in a bit of a black and white way, kind of all or nothing. And I don't think that that's how it is. It's like there is there's something else going on here. There's a deeper something going on here. Whatever your worry is, there's another piece to the jigsaw puzzle here. Adjustments are required. Part of this is adjustments of your perception with Rado. Balance will be restored. It's really interesting just sitting in the energy of this reading. I feel like I'm being drawn into something. I'll try and explain what I'm actually experiencing here. Yeah, I feel like I'm being drawn into something that is, I almost want to say, consuming my energy or my attention. As if it's got in the way of you being able to be focused on something that you actually want to do. You know what you want to do. And there is a lower level layer of learning here. It's not just about going and learning something. It's learning, interestingly enough, I think some of you are actually going to learn something about someone or something or a circumstance that's been going on. Yes, this is what I'm hearing, the illumination of the moon. And look at this, the illumination coming in through the crown chakra. Balance will be restored, soul fragments. Yes, there's been something going on that I think it will become illuminated by the full moon. I think it will liberate you. But you've been either drawn into something, or you've been fearful of being drawn into something, or you've recognized that there is something going on behind the scenes. And I think you have felt quite disempowered by it, or it could have pressed your buttons and left you, taken you back into some past woundings, hence the soul fragments. I will get this book out because there is an affirmation and an angel associated with these cards. Must be quite near the end here. Yes, soul fragments. So, angel assistance, guardian angel Rampel, clearing karmic debris, recalling lost soul fragments, and the affirmation, I am the master of my own mind, I am ready to move on. I think, my beautiful pile 3, that the full moon is going to reveal something to you. It's kind of quite good because it means that something that maybe felt quite fractured, or you were seeing it in very black and white terms, will actually, I want to say get resolved, but in reality I think it's simply, it will change your perspective on something. You'll see it differently and it's no longer going to bother you. At the moment I feel like your energy is drawn to something or something else. Could be that your buttons have been pressed. I'm really visibly seeing a hook. I remember doing it was actually when I trained as a supervisor of other counsellors and therapists. When I was working in my full-time practice, I did a supervision training, and I've never forgotten, we got to the end of one of the days of training, and as we were all departing, we were doing like weekend modules, so we were there in person as a group working, and at the very end of the Sunday evening, when we were all departing to go home, she got out a little packet, the trainer, of hooks, and she gave one to each of us. And it was about not being hooked, not being drawn into something, because as a supervisor you need to remain objective, you need to have the higher viewpoint, you need to have what we call helicopter vision, we need to see it from above. Queen of Michael, brilliant, self-reliant, insightful, humorous. The benefit of experience, needing to rise above, not be reactive. The Chariot can indicate, it indicates a move forwards, which is marvellous, but it can be quite a reactive move forwards. Sometimes we're needing to do battle with ourselves, and then we can move forwards with clarity. Something you have been concerned about will come to light, be shown in a way that enables you to be free of that hook. You've been hooked into something. That's what I'm seeing. It's a learning curve. For some of you, you will learn what you need to see to be able to sever those ties with Othilla, the rune of separation, and move forwards. No longer hindered or encumbered by it. For others, you will see very clearly that maybe your perception needs to be adjusted. You were looking through a different lens because you were hooked or drawn into something, in which case you will learn enormously from this. There's some other thing going on beyond just the immediate thing that's obvious. I love this. Material needs get fulfilled in magical and unexpected ways. Again, you may have been worried about something, worried about resources, worried about money, not being able to trust people. Something comes to light that enables you to move through and beyond this. For some, you see someone very clearly in a way that means you are no longer feeling in any way tied to them, and it's liberating. For others, it is more that you see them or recognize that their behavior triggered you rather than they themselves were the problem, and that you don't need to worry about it. It's not your problem. It is not a black and white scenario. It's not your problem. You can move on. You know exactly what to do. Let's draw some more cards for you, pile 3. Very interesting reading. It really, really is. I think this full moon is really illuminating stuff in a fabulous way. We have Page of Pentacles, which also came out in one of the other readings. Okay. You have the 10 of Cups. This is indicating harmony in relationship. And we have the rune of partnership. Yeah. Resolution. Resolution. There's something you've not seen so clearly. Yes, with the Hanged Man. You've not seen it so clearly. But now you do. The full moon is bringing real clarity for you in some scenario that has been feeling like it's been pressing your buttons, hooking you in. The Magician. This is the place of a turnaround. I love here behind the Magician, there is a deer just in the background here with beautiful antlers in the shadows. There is something in the shadows that has caused you to be drawn into something. We are seeing a resolution. We're seeing a happy ending, as it were, here. You'll see it clearly. The Hanged Man is able to see something with greater clarity, something that was stuck. That's that one. We have two cards you have. Okay. Let's move these over then. We'll put them like this. This will work. We have the Knight of Swords and the 5 of Cups. What this is indicating to me is both of those scenarios again. Yes, look at this. So we have Page of Pentacles, information coming to you that allows you to be clear. You're coming out of, this is what looks like the entrance of a long barrow or a cave. You're coming out of a space of darkness into clarity. Something is being shown to you very clearly in this full moon energy, and that enables you to do something with it. The Magician is a card of alchemy and empowerment. So you can then decide what you're going to do. For some of you, there will be a resolution in some kind of partnership, relationship. There will be a resolution, and you will recognize that maybe you got hooked in. They were being a bit of a bull in a china shop. You were being a bit of a bull in a china shop. It could swing either way. It's not black and white. Somehow things were difficult, but they can be resolved here, and you'll be able to sort of gingerly tread your way out of this. We have two, they look like herons or storks here, bringing the new. I love this Knight of Swords. With clarity, you can move forwards consciously, thoughtfully, taking great pride in your progress. For others, there will be a separation. You will see something that has been stuck, and you will recognize that there was something going on behind the scenes, and it's the information you need actually to put this behind you and choose to walk away with the Five of Cups, leaving it behind. We've got both those scenarios being shown here very, very clearly. But the blessing, the great blessing of this full moon in Aquarius is that you yourself will become whole again. Soul fragments will be restored. You yourself will come back together and things will fall into place. And either there will be, for some of you, a resolution through a misunderstanding or a misperception. For others, there will be a great clarity of mind and a really clear choice to walk away without any concern, without any sense of what was that all about, because you'll know what it's all about, and therefore with great clarity you can make those conscious choices to move forwards. Those are the two sort of outcomes, one for some of you, one for another. Pile 3. This is an interesting reading. This is your reading. This is your full moon reading. There's been a lot of clear information coming through here for you. For those of you that are walking away, I am sorry that something didn't work out. For those of you who are finding resolution, well, how utterly delightful. But actually the blessing is how utterly delightful anyway, because you become whole. And if you are leaving something behind, it is because you need to, and you needed that information to be empowered. Sometimes people keep you in a clingy kind of codependent sort of state, or a place where you are still feeling like you should hang on or try again. And actually maybe you need the information in order to feel empowered to move beyond something. It's an opening up in order to create change. My beautiful pile 3, thank you for joining me. What extraordinary times we are living in. Thank you so, so much, all of you, for liking, sharing, subscribing. And all of you who give back through the super thanks in the comments. Beautiful souls, keep us posted. Thank you for sharing your stories in the comments. You guys are absolutely inspirational. You really, really are. Blessings, blessings to you all. Thank you to all of you who are also with me on Patreon, which is where I do my monthly all zodiac readings and a tutorial every month. Thank you all of you just for being you. Tons and tons and tons of love, my beautiful pile 3. I do post readings, pick a card readings, several times in the week, so do subscribe and press the little bell icon as well if you'd like to get notification as soon as I post anything. And I do post some shorts and a variety of different things as well. Tons and tons and tons of love, my beautiful pile 3.